Here that we have 5 questions and that we do have the instructions and the information, and you want to find the area of each shape, right? So then the question number 1, you have a full circle. Now, how to find the area of a full circle? What is the formula we do have, children? It is 5r squared. And that they have given the phi value you want to use. It is 22 over 7 multiplied by radius multiplied by radius. What is the radius value they have given? It is 14 centimeters. Then what you want to do? You substitute the given value. 14 multiplied by 14. So then you see whether you can simplify this. Yes, you can simplify this. How? 7 times 1 and 7 times 2, right? So then when you multiply them, 22 multiplied by 2, it gives me 44. And 44 you multiply by 14. Then if you can't get the answer at once, definitely that you can't get the answer at once, no? So you go to the working column and you do the calculation. Here that as I'll do here that the 44 you multiply by 14. See how I am multiplying. 4 times 4, 16, 1 remainder. 4 times 4, 16, and that remainder, it is 176. Then 1 times 4, 4. 1 times 4, 4. And that you add this 6. Then 7 plus 4, 11. And 1 remainder. 1 plus 4, it is 5. Plus 1, 6. So then the area will be 616 centimeter square. That is the, here that I use the letter A for area. And the area will be equal to 616 centimeter squared because the radius value is centimeter. So before moving to the second question, we will double check whether the answer is correct. That the phi value 22 over 7, radius is 14, and that you want to write the radius value 2 times. It is radius square, r square. So then 14 into 14. Then I can simplify 7 and 14. That's 7 times 1 and 7 times 2, 14. Then 22 I multiplied by 2, it is 44. And 44 I want to multiply by 14. And I did my calculation in that you can see that here the right side down that I have done the calculation. 44 multiplied by 14. We'll see whether it is correct. 4 times 4, 16, 1 remainder. 4 times 4, 16, and that 1, it is 17. 1 times 4, 4. 1 times 4, 4. Then I want to add them together. 6, 7 plus 4, 11. And 1 plus 4, 5. And that the remainder 1, it is 6. 616 is the area of the first the circle they have mentioned with the radius 14 centimeters. So then we will move to the next question that you have a semicircle, right? The second question, you have a semicircle. Semicircle in the sense, children, that is the half circle, right? The half circle. You write down the information we have in the question. The radius is 3.5 millimeters, right? 3.5 millimeters you have. Now you want to find the area. That the full circle area we know it is 5r squared, okay? And that the half circle you want to divide this by value by 2. So then what you do, that I write it like this, 5r squared divide by 2. You can understand why I wrote this division 2 with the division symbol without keeping it as a fraction. Why? 5, I have the value 22 over 7. Right, that there I can find a fraction, and then again that the fraction denominator 2, the calculation can be complicated. To avoid that, I wrote that the division 2 with the division symbol, Here I write that the 22 over 7 and that the R value is 3.5. And again, you want to write the R value 3.5. And that whole thing you want to divide by 2, right? See that carefully how I'm doing the calculation, right? So then now you can simplify 7 times 1 and 7 times 0.5. Now you should be able to do these things. Now you are in grade 7 and that you have dealt with the many times with the decimal numbers, fraction and all. So then here it is 0.5 and then you do the multiplication. We'll see what we can do. Now this division 2 over 1 children, I can write in a different way. How I can write it? So then I write that the 22 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 3.5 and multiply by 1 over 2. I get the reciprocal. When I convert the division into multiplication, I can get the reciprocal. So then 2 times 1 and 2 times 11. Now it is that more simple. How? That I have 11 multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 3.5. This is all about the decimal multiplication. Now what I do? First, I multiply 11 by 5, right? So then what will be the answer? Answer will be 55. Then I multiply this 55 by 35, right? So then I don't consider the decimals here, that I just multiply the numbers. 11 I multiply by 5, it gives me 55. And that 55 I multiply by 35. We'll see what is the answer I get.
Teacher, you are muted.
Yes, Pute, because of the background noise that I muted myself, that give me a second, I will do the calculation and you can see whether it is correct. Right. You get the answer 1925, right? 1925. Now we want to see how many decimal points I want to consider. That here I have 1 decimal place and here I have 1 decimal place. So then in the answer, there should be 2 decimal places. Therefore, my answer will be 19.25 centimeter. Sorry, here it is not centimeter. It should be millimeter squared because the radius value they have given in millimeters. No? So then again, we will double check whether it is correct. 5r squared divided by 2. So then 22 over 7 multiplied by 3.5 multiplied by 3.5 and divided by 2. So then the 7 and 3.5 I can simplify. So that is 0.5. So then the 2 becomes the denominator, that when I convert the division into multiplication, and 2 and 22 I can simplify, it gives me 11. 11 multiplied by 0.5, that gives me that without considering the decimals, I just multiply 11 by 5, it is 55. Then 55 I multiply by 35. 5 times 5, 25, 2 remainder, 5 times 5, 25 plus 2, it is 27. 3 times 5, 15, 1 remainder, 3 times 5, 15 plus 1, 16. So when I add these numbers, so then 5, 12, so then 9, yes, 1925. But I want to keep 2 decimal places in the answer because that I have 2 decimal places in the question. So then it is 19.25 millimeter square. So then we will move to the third question. Third question, you have a quarter, right? So then you have a quarter circle. Then we will write that the 1 quarter of the circle, right? So then they have given 1/4 of the circle. And what is the radius value we have in the question? We will see that it is 7 centimeters, right? The 7 centimeters. And I am going to find the area. How I'm going to find it? So then the 5r squared. So then the divided by 4. Why I divided by 4? Because this is a quarter circle. So then I want to get the 1/4 of the full circle. So then again I write this 5r squared divide by 4 like this. It's easier for me to do the calculation. 22 over 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. That whole thing multiplied by 1 over 4. 7 and 7 I can simplify. Then 2 times 2 and 2 times 11. So then I have 11 multiplied by 7 divide by 2. So then I have 77 divide by 2. We'll see what is the answer. 3 that if need you can do the calculation here. 77 you divide by 2. So then it gives me that then here it is 38.5 and then it is done. So then you can write 38.5 centimeter square. That is the area of this quarter circle which they have given. So then we will move to question number 4. In question number 4, Pute, you have a sector, right? That with the theta value 60 degrees. So then what you want to do, that you quickly draw a rough sketch of the diagram, that this is what you have, that here that it is 60 degrees.
Miss, excuse me, Miss. What I couldn't see the answer for the third one.
38.5 Putil. It is
Okay.
38.5 centimeters square. Right? So then the next one, the radius value 21 centimeters, right? So then we will write here 21 centimeters, right? Everyone please mute your mics. And here that how to find the area, children, that first you get the full circle area 5r squared and you divide it by 360 and you multiply it by theta value. We learned this, how this formula can be created. So then what I do, Pute, I will rewrite this 5r squared divided by 360. That whole thing I want to multiply by theta. Now I am going to substitute the value. 22 over 7. Then I have 21. Then I have again 21. Then divide by 360 means multiply by 1 over 360. Then multiply by 60 because the theta value is, the theta degree is 60 here. Right? Then we'll see how we can simplify. Again, that I explained that the formula is 5r squared divided by 360 multiplied by theta. That is the original formula. And you want to understand the theta value here is 60 and the r value here it is 21 and the phi value it was given 22 over 7. Then what I did, children, that I just substituted the value 22 over 7 and then 21, again 21. And this division, I converted into multiplication and I got the reciprocal of 360. That is 1 over 360. Then I have again the multiplication and the theta value, that is 60. Then we'll see how we can simplify this. 7 times 1, 7 times 3. So then 60 times 1, 60 times 6. That you may think that how teachers simplify like this. That is the practice. That when you practice more sums, that you will understand that easily you can cancel like this. So then again you can do another simplification, 3 times 1 and 3 times 2. Again you can do another simplification, 2 times 1, 2 times 11. Okay, I will show you the simplification again. 22 over 7, 21, 21 and 1 over 360 multiply by 60. I will take different colors to show you it step by step. 7 times 1, 7 times 3. Okay. So then I will take another color. 60 times 1, 60 times 6. Right. So then you just see that the 3 times 1, 3 times 2. Right. So then I will take another color. This one. Right, so then the 2 times 1 and 2 times 11. Okay, so then finally I am ending up with what? 11 I have, so then I have 21, right? So then I multiply 21 by 11. So then I get the answer here 21 and here 21. So then it is 231. So then I write 231 centimeters square. So here that the difficult part you want to understand, Pute, the substituting part. That you want to understand the theta is 60 here, right? And that the R value is 21. Then you substitute the value. And the second difficult part you can be that having that the division 360, you want to convert into multiplication and it becomes 1 over 360. Then the simplification part. You can clearly see that I use the different colors. The black color one, 7 and 21. It gives me 3. So then the green color one I use 60 and 360. Then it gives me 1 and 6. Then the purple color I'll use that to simplify 3 and 6. It gives me 1 over 2. Thereafter, that the orange color I use to simplify 2 and 22. So then it gives me 11 over 1. Then finally, I have that after simplifying these, 11 and 21. When you multiply the 11 and 21, it gives me the answer 231. So then that is the answer for this question. That is the area of this small sector, right? Then we will move to the question number 5. Question number 5, you have again a sector, but the different theta value you have, right? So then let's say, so this is the sector of the circle, right? That the drawing is that not need that much. Don't think about that. And here that is 120, right? So you have the 120, that is the theta value, right? That is the theta value. So thereafter, the radius value you have 7 centimeters. So then here you write the 7 centimeters. So then what is the formula, Puti? The formula is area is equal to 5r squared divide by 360 multiply by theta. Right? This is how you find the area of a sector. So then how to do this, Puti? That the 5r squared divided by 360 and then the whole thing you multiply by theta, right? The whole thing you multiply by theta. Okay, then we will substitute the values now. 5 is 22 over 7 and here it is 7 and another 7. Instead of this division, now I write the multiplication. Then 1 over 360, right? That the whole thing I want to multiply by theta, that is 120, right? Now we'll see that how we can simplify this. Again, I use the different colors. Now you can see that. 7 times 1 and 7 times 1. That is done. Then I use another color. 120 times 1, 120 times 3. Right? So then we'll see whether we can simplify any of the numbers. No, we don't have any other numbers. Therefore, I write this 22 multiplied by 7 divide by 3. This is the only option that we can't simplify this further. So then what I do, 22 I multiply by 7. It gives me the answer 154. So that 154, I want to divide by 3. Okay, 3 times 5, 15. Then 0 remainder, and you bring this 4 down. Then 3 times 1, 3, that you get the remainder 1. That either you can write this as a mixed fraction, that the 51 and that the 1 over 3 centimeter square, or else you can convert this into decimal, but here you will get a recurring decimal. Therefore, it is better to keep the answer like this, right? So 51 divide 51 1 over 3 centimeter square, right? Then here again that the challenge you have, children, identifying the theta value. It is clearly given in the question that the angle value is the theta value. Then the R value you have, then carefully substitute the value. And when you have the division by 360, you can write it as multiplication, that the multiply by 1 over 360. And that the slowly one by one that you look at the numbers and whether there are any possibilities to simplify them. Here that I found only 2 possibilities, 7 and 7 and 120 and 360. Then I can't simplify it further. Therefore, I multiply 22 by 7. Then I got the answer 154. So then that 154 I divided by 3. So then I get this answer. I can keep this as a mixed fraction, or else I can convert this into decimal. But this time I'm not trying it because I know I'm getting a recurring decimals. Therefore, it is better to keep the answer like this. Now we'll see that these are the 5 questions we had. The first one we had to find the area of the full circle. Then the second one we found the area of the semicircle. And the third one we found the area of the quarter circle. And the fourth one, it is a sector with 60-degree angle. And the fifth one, again, it is a sector with the 120-degree angle. Right? So then you just see that how we can do these calculations, that based on the available information, I wrote the formula, substituted the value and calculated the values. Now what you want to do, the next step, now these are the 5 questions you had to calculate the area. And the same way, that the same information, same 5 questions you have, you can find the perimeter of these 5 shapes. That is the next task you have. The same radius value, question number 1, you want to find the circumference of the circle. When you have the full circle, we use the word circumference for children. That question number 2, 3, 4, 5, they are not full circle. They are the portion of the circles. Therefore, we don't use the word circumference. Instead, we use the word perimeter. So then the first one, you can find the circumference. And question number 2, 3, 4, 5, the same information, same radius value, same theta value. You want to find the perimeter of these 5 shapes. That is the next task you want to do with the same values.